All right, guys, I'm back. Here we are back. Let's do a up. Here we are. Everybody's aware of this sad situation, the young Dolph situation, a sad, senseless situation. Everybody's aware of that. And here we are. We'll update. Let's get a quick update on where we at with the young Dolph situation. And as if unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know, young Dolph was killed a few days ago in his hometown, Memphis. Young Dolph is a young up and coming rapper. Okay. Young Dolph Memorial. Okay. This is footage right here. You can go to TMZ, watch the footage of this is right after the murder took place. Yeah, this footage right here. These are the two guys they're looking for that killed young Dolph. And that's surveillance outside of Yo Gotti's restaurant. And they released images of the two suspects right here. There you go, right there. Look like they had some serious firepower. They were serious. Okay. And here we are. Here's the latest. They recovered the car, the getaway car. The getaway car right here. The getaway car was sitting in somebody's yard. I mean, parked in somebody's driveway, just somebody's driveway like a normal car in South Memphis. It's the getaway car. They towing it now. Okay. They towing the getaway car here. The Mercedes Benz. It probably was stolen, I would think. It's probably a stolen car. You know. There they go. It was abandoned at somebody's house. Nobody knows whose house that is, you know. But I guarantee you don't worry, the details are gonna be coming out in the next day or so, probably within the next 24 hours. The details are gonna be coming out about this. See, here's pictures of the car, the getaway car. This is the latest news, breaking news right here, folks. They recovered the getaway car. Okay? They recovered the getaway car. Okay? Very sad situation with young Dolph here. And there's a plethora of many opinions about this situation, and people go all off into many things. You know, people go all off into things about how you can't come home to your home neighborhood, and all that stuff is true. About how people in your own neighborhood, he was killed in his hometown, in his own neighborhood that he grew up in. And people have their many opinions about that, and you can find plenty of information about that and opinions about rappers getting killed in their hometown. It happens over and over again. But and within their hometown, there are also many rumors about other rappers from Memphis that he so called had a beef with, and all that, and it's all that, and you could go into conspiracy theories and all that. When I look at the thing I've been thinking about the past couple of days with this, while I allowed the information to come out, is the one thing, and that one thing is that one thing that I think about. It's just been ringing in my mind personally is leadership. 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 And a lot of people probably wonder, Cousin Core, how does this play? What does leadership got to do with anything? How does this play into leadership? What are you talking about? Well, it's like this. Whoever's behind the murder of young Dolph, whether it's uh, a big time somebody that's high that might be There's a lot of theories out there. I don't care if this person if these boys were hired, if these young men were hired by somebody that has a lot of money, or if it's just a plain case of just some dusty guys from the neighborhood who just so-called hating and just wanted to kill them or jealous from jealousy or whatever. At the end of the day, this was executed by people who were lacking leadership skills. Whoever is behind this does not have good leadership skills. Because even if these guys were put up to this, are hired to do this by the person who hired them to do this, or even by them guys hired them to do, they didn't have good leadership skills. First of all, these guys right here, they don't have good leadership skills they have no leadership to just go for whatever reason and kill somebody like young Dolph, a young man who came up in the game, who has talent, and he figured out a way to come up out of the hood. And all this week that they say that he planned on doing different give backs to the community and charity events. And he just wanted to come home to his hometown and just give back to his people. Okay. So it's quite obvious that you're just on the lowest level, you're just a dusty Negro who who obviously is jealous, or you got some type of pain and that you need to deal with. So you just, instead of you dealing with whatever issues you got, you just gonna say, well, instead of me wanting to come up and be like young Dolph and come up in the game like young Dolph, I'm gonna bring him down to my level, crabs in a barrel mentality or whatever. So of course, an individual with that type of mentality, young men with that type of mentality, because that's who did this, young men. I mean, this could be a female, but these are more than likely young black men. And so of course there's no leadership skills. These young men haven't been around any young male with any type of leadership bone in his body to just pull up in a little raggedy Mercedes and pull this crap. Just shoot him down like that. And to think, what if they were maybe hired by somebody that had money? Because there are rumors about different beefs with other rappers and stuff, which I don't think that's the case. I don't think so. But let's just say hypothetically that they were hired by somebody who had somebody who had maybe some rapper or somebody that had resources to hire these guys and pay these guys off. Let's just say that it could be something like that, which I don't think it is, but it will come out if it is something like that later on down the road. But let's just say it is. Okay, whoever hired these guys, no leadership bones. Because if you're going to hire a hit or do something like that on somebody, there's a cleaner way. I'm not advocating it by no means, but there's a more cleaner way to do it. Like the way that you did it, this is just so sloppy, and it's just it's just so sloppy, and it's just bringing so much heat onto the city. I mean, a true leader, even if they doing street stuff like this, even a street guy with leadership skills, a street dude that's in the game out here, and they call a hit out on somebody or send somebody out to do something, they're gonna play. A true leader plays chess. I don't care if you're a street leader. If you're a leader, if you got leadership skills, you got leadership skills. I don't care if you out in the street or if you in the square world, corporate world, or wherever. You play chess, which means when you make a decision to do something, you strategize and you think about the outcome, and you think 4, 5, 6 steps in advance. And anybody with just a little bit of leadership skills wouldn't have called for any type of behavior, for it to go down like this, because you bring heat onto the city. You shine a spotlight onto the city that just, now the city right now is just on fire. The cops are just running around. They got all resources out. And I heard in the press conference, the police chief, she said, are federal partners. So that means they probably got the FBI, the alphabet guys into this. They got federal, state officials, like you trying out all the resources. So you got federal resources, state resources, a Tennessee coming down on Memphis right now. And the block is so hot. The block is hot. And it just, if you live in that street life and living that kind of life, that's the last thing you want to do is make the block hot. So this is just a great example of zero leadership skills or zero leadership bones in anybody's body that was involved with this blatant act of violence and murder. Okay? And I hope that the killers are brought to justice. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, but we're gonna see it's a lot more coming just like this. This case is another interesting case. It's gonna be a lot more coming out to the light as time goes on with this case. They found the murder car, they found the getaway car. So they're gonna probably find something. I mean, guys that's doing that's moving like this, that's so careless like this. I'm pretty sure there's some evidence in that car. And they didn't burn the car up or nothing. Like use a guy like that to go set the car on fire or something. They didn't dump the car into the Mississippi River. They in Memphis, they could have dumped the car in the river or something. Or did something, but they didn't. They just parked it at somebody's house. So I'm pretty sure the police gonna find all type of evidence up in that car, man. They just got it yesterday. Give them about a day or two. They working on it right now, pulling that car apart. They gonna find something. So just stay tuned with this. But enough with about bad leaders and bad leadership. And I think this topic is very important about leadership, especially for young black men and just young men in general. But with this situation, with what happened specifically for young black men, leadership skills are they are a daily flat out requirement to live in this society and world we live in today. Um you have to have great leadership skills. From what I can see, young Dolph, man, he had some good leadership skills. And I've heard Patrick Houston, aka Project Pat, say this numerous times that Memphis is a city full of leaders. There's too many. It's a lot of leaders in Memphis, and you know that's why they butt heads and stuff like that. And I don't know. I agree with Project Pat. It is a city of leaders, but these guys involved with this are not some of the great leaders. But Project Pat did say just like they're good leaders, they're bad leaders. So these are definitely some bad leaders. They don't have the best leadership skills. Definitely. I definitely will say that. But this there just to touch on that, I just talked about for a few minutes about bad leaders, but now let's shine the light on good leaders, or we can even say great leaders. I give you one example though, real quickly. One good example of leadership when it comes to carrying out some executions or eliminating a threat, that would be the most powerful military in this on this planet, the U.S. military or the U.S. Law enforcement agencies. Let me tell you something. When they want to carry something out, they get it done. And let me tell you, they so good at it that, bro, they so good at it, you never knew that it was an operation that they had going on. They get it done. So you got to take your hat off to the U.S. military, the strongest military in the world, and the U.S. law enforcement. They get stuff done. If they want you eliminated, you will be eliminated. This goes all the way back into the 60s and decades ago. If you don't believe me, they eliminated many threats back in the 60s of different leaders of the civil rights movement and went on and on. If you don't, uh, let me throw you a hint. Look at my hat. Look at my hat. That's an example right there of a threat that was eliminated. So they don't play. And that's a good example of like if you want to eliminate a threat and do it real clean and handle business. The United States military, that ain't no joke. You got to give them their respect on that. But that's a good example, I guess, if you want to look at how to be violent and destroy and eliminate somebody off the earth. But let me talk about a good leader, okay? A man with good leadership skills, okay? In my personal opinion, there are going to be two types of leaders. There are going to be two types of leaders, man. There's just a regular leader, like when it comes to men, because specifically, I'm talking about men specifically. As a man, I feel like every man, if they dig deep within and just really assert themselves, they should have the basic leadership skills to run a household to lead their household into the right direction, into a prosperous direction and positive direction, at least. At the very least, every man should have at least enough basic leadership skills to lead his family. But there's another level. Okay? There's another level. There's another level of men. Okay? There's another level of men that are leaders of men. Okay? There's another level of men, leaders of men that are up here. And I say they're another level. These are the leaders that are leaders of men. They can lead other men, and other men will follow them into battle, and they can rally other men to get them to go out there and handle what they need to handle. Okay? And whatever the task might be, going to war, playing sports, rallying for whatever cause. And that man, I'm going to tell you, folks, a great, perfect example of that. It might throw a hint if you see the jersey I'm wearing right now. Prime time Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, the coach of Jackson State University. Okay? I got a jersey on now. See, that's why I'm wearing the jersey. See? What that say? See? There you go. You probably can't even see it. See? Prime time. That's right. See? Air Diamond Turf, the first Deion Sanders shoe. Still in pretty good condition. See that? I approve with Prime. These are for sale, by the way. It's another Prime. There's another shoe. These are for sale. Somebody gonna be wearing these size 12s as soon as they bring the payment through. These ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna have these for long. They gonna be gone. Another prime time shoe. I don't need two pair of prime. I don't need two Deion Sanders shoes. That's too many. I don't wear them all good enough. One pair is good enough. But yes, prime time Deion Sanders. Gets back in the jersey too. Okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a leader of men right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a leader of men. Okay? And I've been watching him at Jackson State University. I've been watching him. And he has the skill, what it takes to lead to the next he is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when it comes to being a leader of men who can other men will follow. And I'ma just tell you, man, if you lacking inspiration in your life, go follow Deion Sanders Go follow his IG. Go follow Deion Sanders right now on IG. You need inspiration in your life. And I'm not finna play none of his stuff, but every day he posts quotes and different quotes and stuff. Like, look at this. Do you want it? How bad? What are you willing to sacrifice? Do you believe enough to give up those things you need to give up for you to get where you want to go? Your clock is ticking. Deion Sanders truth. Let me tell you something, man. If that right there, folks, if that don't make you want to get up, if that don't make you want to get up off your ass and get to what? Damn sleep and get to work, I don't know what to tell you, folks. Let me tell you something. I follow Prime. I follow Coach Prime, man, and I watch. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. One day, I ain't gonna lie. I almost got in trouble with the law. I almost caught a charge. Cause I watched one of his videos on Instagram, and as soon as I watched the video, I went outside my home. I body slammed a doggone mailman trying to mail some letters. I body slammed the mailman, punched. I tackled an Amazon worker, and I intercepted a package from a UPS worker and body slammed and tackled him as soon as I got through hearing Deion Sanders give a speech. I was that motivated. He motivates you that much. You have to go out. You listen to this man. I don't care who you are. If you are an old lady with a bad back and arthritis, let me tell you something. You hear Deion Sanders give a motivation speech, give out one of his daily speeches or something. You gonna go out there and tackle somebody immediately. The next person around you, they gonna be on the floor because you gonna be that motivated. You gotta go do something. The man is that much of has that great of leadership skills. His leadership skills are on that high of a level. And I'm gonna give a good example, man. Is this him talking about Dolph? Yeah, I think this him talking about Dolph. Yeah, this him talking to Dolph not too long ago. But I'ma say this, man. I'm gonna give a good example of the type of leader he is. Dion has had surgery, man. He has had surgery on a bad foot injury he's had for years. Okay? And and he's not supposed to be out there. He's not supposed to be out coaching and stuff like that. He's supposed to be at home on bed rest. And his mama has got on his case, and she's a good mother. But when you a leader like him, you can't tell a leader nothing like that. He gonna get out there, and that's just what Prime did. I understand, because somebody just told me I need to go to bed. I got to get up super early tomorrow. Somebody told me that I probably should go to bed, and I respect the hell out of that person. I love that person. Well, I love that person. I respect that person, but I told him I'll be all right. No, no, no. I gotta get. I got stuff to do. But sure enough, Prime supposed to be in bed. Deion Sanders supposed to be in bed, and look at him. He's at practice with his team in a wheelchair. Look at him. The man hasn't shaved. He's a well-groomed man. A groomed man, takes good care of himself. He had got hair all over his face. That show you how much pain and what he been going through with this injury. He's not well. He should not be out there. He should not be out there. Look at this man. Look at him. And he's out there. Look at him. Look at the condition he's in. Can you imagine the pain that he's probably in right now? That man is out there in a wheelchair. And you know why? This is a real leader, folks. This is what a leader looks like, folks. He's out there in a wheelchair because guess what? This right here guarantees the victory. See, yesterday, I think was the last game of the season. Jackson State beat Alcorn yesterday. Okay. And they go into the championship game. And they're gonna win the championship game probably too. And I'm not surprised at all. But that's why. That's why they're gonna probably win out the rest of the season. Because let me tell you something as a player. When your coach is out on the field in that kind of condition, you don't have no choice but to give not 100%, not 200, not even 1,000% is enough. You got to give 2,000%, which means you got to give it all and leave it all on the field when your coach is out there like that. All his players, all the way down to special teams, all the way down to the water boy. Okay, the water boy is out there pumping. He out there. He out there squirting that water all down their throat. He's squirting that water bottle all down them players' throat. That water boy doing the extra. He acting like Adam Sandler on the water boy movie, like he doing the most. Even the water boy is motivated. Everybody's locked in on that team. And guess what? Coach Prime knows that. Coach Prime understood that. That's why he got out there. Because he know this image right here will motivate the heck out of his team. This right here, see, when it took the team to a whole nother level. See, leaders understand that kind of stuff. You see, he talk a good game, but his actions speak louder. And that's one thing about a leader, man, about very great, true leadership skills. Leader is great to talk, but you actually lead by your actions. It's not the talk. Like you can talk a good game and everything, but I would say get the action going and then bring up the talk later. But the talk should never exceed the action. See, that's a lot of problem that a lot of why a lot of men are bad leaders and lack leadership skills. Because a lot of men, they like to just do verbal masturbation, I guess. Just run their mouth and they ain't got no action going on. It's just gums flapping. See? You see what I'm saying? It can, and I say that personally about myself. I'm speaking about myself because that's what made me a bad leader in the past. I was a bad leader in the past. My leadership skills were poor in my past because of just that very thing. That was one reason. I can tell you right now, not enough action, too much talk. Talkaholic, too much talk. So that's one very important key. If you don't take anything away from leadership, one important thing to take away is let your actions do the talking. If you look at all the great leaders, their actions are way louder than their words. Actions speak louder than words. That's one of the realest sayings that I've ever heard in my life. Actions speak louder than words. If you remember that much, you on the way to being one of the greatest leaders of all time right there. You got the potential to be one of the greatest leaders of all time. But that's a part of leadership, folks. You lead by example. You get out here, don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. You be about that life. You lead by example. And that's exactly what Prime does. Prime does not ask anybody on this team to do anything he hasn't done. He's left it all out on the field. He still to this day, well, he can't right now because his leg is hurt. But Prime gets up and do cardio and work out every day at his age. He's an older statesman. And he looked better than a lot of 20-something-year-old guys out here. He more healthy and got better endurance and stamina than 20-something-year-old guys out here, I bet you. You know? Yeah, but this is a real leader, folks. This is what a leader looks like. You want to see what a leader looks like? This is what a leader looks like, folks. See? This is why Jackson State is having the season they believe in. Look at this inspiration. You out there warming up for the game and you got this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? That's him talking to his son, the quarterback. Look at that. Look at him. A true leader. This is what leadership looks like, folks. Look at that. Look at that respect. Look at that coach. Look at the coach on the other team. Look at the coach. Look at him. He get down and he humble himself because he's in the presence of a real leader of men. You see how that coach reacts? You see that coach right here? I think that's all. That must be Alcorn. I mean, well, maybe not. Oh, that's Southern's coach. That Southern and Baton Rouge coach it looked like right there. I think he a new coach at Southern. But see, that says a lot about him as a coach. He's a good leader. See that coach right there? Southern got a good man leading those young men on that team there in Southern Baton Rouge. They got a good coach because see, he brought himself down and recognized respect. See, true leaders, they respect other leaders. This man came down, humbled himself, shook hands, and with respect. See, you can see in his mannerism. I don't know what they talking about. The mannerism show the respect he's showing. See, that coach in Baton Rouge, I don't know nothing about that guy. Never heard of him. I can look at him and tell he's a good leader. He's a good leader, man. And look at his team. His team was the 21-17. His team almost beat Jackson State. He got his men working, his troops working hard for him. I bet those players play above their skill level. And he got that out of those players because he's a good leader too. See, he not like Alabama A&M coach, all disrespectful, talking noise and stuff. See, he not a good coach. Alabama A&M coach, not a good coach. Any people that follow the Swac, they hear me now, you know what I'm talking about. He's not a good coach. He was talking all that noise, getting slick, and I think Deion Sanders and Jackson State came and whooped their butt so bad. I think he beat them like 60-6. They scored like 60, 70 points on their sorry butts. In their home, at Alabama and A&M, they did. See how the players coming from the other team? See the respect. You see the respect he's getting. You see the respect he's getting. Get to your destination safely. You've been doing great. Yeah, you see the respect. Look at that. The admiration and respect he's getting from the other players and stuff. You see? The man is loved. When you're a real leader, people appreciate that because it's rare, man. Because leaders, they lead by example. And what you're going to see, young men out here of all ages, this is for the men out here. This is for us men out here. Real talk. This is for us men. Us men need this. Okay? Especially my young and old black men of all ages, especially. We have to lead. When you lead by example, it's contagious. It's contagious. It spreads. And all the people around, you can't just lead for yourself, be a good leader for yourself. You got to be a good leader because you're going to bring out the best in the people that are around you, which I'm pretty sure the people that you love in your life, whether that's your spouse, your children, your parents, or just close people in your life that you care about. When you lead by example, you're going to bring out the best in them. They're going to step their game up and they're going to come along too. I mean, they might everybody has their own pace. So they might fall off and you might leave them behind for a little while, but I'm pretty sure at some point they'll catch back up with you and step their game up. At least I hope so. At least we hope so, but you can't, if they don't, they don't. But some people are not they're gonna fall off to the wayside. They're not gonna step it up. But you will be surprised at a lot of people around you, how they step their game up and you inspire them. So leadership is very important with our men out here. We need leadership. Okay? It's imperative. In this day and time, we need leadership. Gave an example of bad leadership. Here's an example of good leadership. Here's an example of good leadership. Crime. This is just my opinion, folks. I said my 2 cents. I might come back with some more information about young Dolph updates. If this your first time watching me, even if I don't care if it's not your first time, make sure you hit that like button. You subscribe to this channel, and I need your support. And I appreciate all the people that support me. You are appreciated. Until next time.